ahwefo ya sign ababiem baby a yedui ye ba bedi nkomo ye hye mo bose enne ye beje mre na yatna ase ye ni ye bedwaku na ya pensen LGBTQ nsensemo a abeka ye ho wo Ghana ehu dede ehu dare a ye twe na enne meni ekuku dambi a omuni LGBTQ yase ene waha de di kan mebo obia se menko echiri esanse be donhwe bako ye da ye nimu de ye ba betena ase na ye di nkomo se ye wi a ubetimi afre na wososo wachire wadwene anansa wo question bi a ubebisa ubetimi ebisa enne mene ye papa baako a oye mia madamfo eduru baby a metimi frɛ no sɛ mia me bra eye Dr. Justice Apiakubi oye senior lecturer wo Dominion University College osan so ye founding member Coalition for Proper Human Sexual Rights and Family Values and waba be kamensa e wonipa mienu so omo so ye twen wo mo se omo ba be kanyensa ye bra penin lawyer fo omo ani ni nyuma dɔɔso na sabio okwaye so a na wafuo so a wodo ni nyina afei so no ye wo ye nua baako oye Methodist sofo but Dr. Isaac Newman Atta oye medical doctor and clinical psychologist now acting director of UPSA clinic ono so ebeba be kan ho na wa kire yen dia doctor for kan fa LGBTQ dia di kan minua Justice eneme wa anti medical man akwaba Justice akwaba
yenua
bibia woko dia
eja nkakaka yeguso ba dia daroma
ye da se ye to nsa frɛ wo wa ba be kan ye ho ye ni so ye neje pa afei so eye Dr. Isaac Newman Atta enso wo tetefo no so doc, can you hear me where you are? Doc, can you hear me?
Yeah, hello. I can hear you. It looks like the line is breaking a bit, but I can hear you.
All right. Is it clearer now?
Yes, clearer now.
So you are welcome to Sorina Shrine, and we are very excited to have you on the line, despite your busy schedules. Yebeka twi na fra na yebema twi no so adoso. Wo de minim se wo ye mfanti ni nti yebeka mfanti. Yeah, no, I'm no, etumi na mame pa.
Oh, the line is breaking.
All right, we'll work on the line.
The line is really breaking.
Okay, Dr. Atta, we'll work on the line and get back to you. We'll work on the line and get back to you. Justice, Yamra studio. Dear any LGBTQI plus. You say plus na kwa intimi mkokurebi.
Yo, lots of me that say for this privilege, I don't take it for granted. Of course, say yeah, but say ya na. The accident so man penny for and Rami who presiding, I was excited and say, hey, me old man, a boy, this presiding maybe I will be a chow.
Hey, as your former Mamma Justice Methodist steward Bapa is here.
And say, okay, Newman, Diana, now Mama is jealous because. To be honest with you, my mother is watching right now, married to former steward. I was.
Doc, you see, Dr. Newman about line.
Okay.
So. Dr. Newman, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
My greetings to Reverend.
Bro, morning.
Good morning.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, we're not
doing
Doc, na me kase wo ye mfanti ni nti ene ma mfanti ne mra pa mame. Now I don't know how you translate the medical terms into mfanti, but nyame nka ho. All right, Justice. Enti ento aso na me misa se LGBTQ plus eh dey and dey cry na ye di dwan ya so.
I'm wondering why the line is breaking like that too.
All right, we'll work properly on the line. We'll work properly on the line and get back to you. We'll get something stable and get back to you. Yes, Doc.
Yeah, so I said I make kind a while ago. No, we didn't check my mommy. Otafo Methodist former steward. I was since my childhood. I've been a Methodist since my childhood. When I was in my mother's womb, because America for Penny. I mean, talking about infantile, Asante, I make infantile. Then because in the Methodist for the infantile, and besides, that time my mom been traveling, doing mission work and all that. And when I started with LGBT, I always thank her because I am glad that he wasn't a lesbian. Because if he was a lesbian, I won't be alive. So when you talk about LGBT, I heard Anita was a while ago mentioning a couple of them. But it's very interesting. Anytime we talk about LGBTQ, what these propagandists want us to understand, and I say, push it. Say, oh, LGBT there, oba ni obada, any bema, but it's absolutely a lie, because among their sexuality, they believe 47 different sexualities, and about gender, they believe 68 genders, 68 of them.
Also, Metiasia, not just LGBTQI++. And yes, say oba no obada ana bema no bema da nemum ebrosa enti chirechiremu e de ebiem ne ka ho ema no be yes.
Okay, yeah, well, the L, which is the lesbian, I used to say that the lesbian actually is a place in Greece called Lesbi. That is where a woman called, I think, Sappho or Sappho. No, she was a very powerful woman those days. Lesbianism, no, homosexuality has been there way back then, but no, that lady, no, well, she was a very powerful woman in society. No, she said, or no, obada, would cry a friend lesbi. If you are if we Ghana, we are Ghanaian. So when the thing was going to, initially it wasn't even called lesbianism, but the sense says obana. Or yes, I didn't, or ye free a career friend a lesbian, you know. Say, hey, Sacro with the lesbian for the lesbians in India, Omusubani and a lesbianism, yes, okay. Then we have G, which is the gay, about no a member.
It is so for letters, no, na which
yes,
what can L no, say yaba
G, which is gay. The word gay actually is a euphemistic word, means happy. It doesn't say. We are a doctor in a genuine normal says for na depression or no, but they want to say no, we are happy. We are happy. That's why the gay thing came. Then a B, no, is a bisexual. Oba no obada ne bema oba no obada or sanso ne bema da. In fact, Ghana has a survey.
Also for me twa no Dr. Newman ewo line so. Esan so no wo hwa yarefo enti no ma menye na menje ne perspective na fe ye ma no bye kra. Dr. Newman. Dr. Newman. Do I have Dr. Newman on the line?
Thank you.
Dr. Newman, can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
All right. We do not want to take much of your time into all questions. No be 3 to 5 be per one recrana me ne 3 now. From the medical perspective, a doctor for dear na mo kanfa LGBTQ as a children saying, what is LGBTQ from the medical perspective?
Well, there is no medical perspective, or what perspectives are perspectives. My friend then, like Reverend was explaining, it's a whole. It's not a new phenomenon, but it's gained a lot of grounds recently. It's gained a lot of ground recently because of the activities. I think the terminology talks about the fact that ebinum oba in terms of attraction and sexual activity and orientation and one identity. They are kind of a bit different from the general population. So the differences is what the letters represent. And you don't know how different you are has been labeled. It's on how you feel we describe. Describe na ibinum kra no this description no you ni yet ade actual plus until plus it means that and I'm sure as the years progress we may have a lot more additions to it. That is based on what you asked. That is what I would say.
Okay, so Doc, are you then trying to say the whole phenomena of LGBTQ is more of a feeling rather than a genetical predisposition, rather than a biological defect or otherwise?
Yeah, well, there are 4 levels of maybe perspectives or description. As in say, information it's on 4 levels. 1, the first one make it is sentiments. Sentiments in there. I feel, I think, I guess, I hope so, my right. This is what I think. It's my life. Only sentiments, sentiment means opinions, consensus. The moment you hear scientific consensus, it means that scientists been a group now opinion. This is what I think, or this is my right. I can do whatever I want to do with my body. Those ones are sentiments, how the person feels and opinions. The second one, only common sense. A lot of the discussions are also on the level of common sense. For example, for internet, most of the information on internet, it's more of sentimental things. In another dimension, common sense. Common sense in there. There are things that you don't even have to be told that it is right or wrong, or you must do or you must not do, or your common sense. For example, or your common sense there, now Benin into me Benin, Besias into me Besia, Besias into me Benin, or your common sense. You don't need to go to school to understand this. Another perspective, another level is what we call facts. Some of the information is factual. So facts is something that has been researched, has been proven to be true. And usually science is supposed to be factual. Science meaning there, research, said would there but in fact, most of the information about LGBT stuff is not factual, it's all sentimental.
Doc, you are saying something very important that I think I want to pause you and add up. Now, can we categorically say, betimi agya tum de na esi watena say, abodiemu hwehwemu a science, eni nyina so biara emma LGBTQ.
Well, the moment you begin to talk about facts on 2 levels, no 3 levels. 1, are they born with it? There is no science that supports that.
Okay.
There have been all kinds of studies about the genes. And there's a particular genetic studies, I'm sure Reverend will talk about it. Since 1980, they've been actually trying to study the human genes to find out whether people were born that way. And so they are not born that way. There's something, you may read a statement which says there is no gay gene. Nobody was born gay. Nobody was born lesbian, right? Along the line, things happen. So that is the first one. The second about it is that there are some people, for example, with some hormonal problems. If you look at the LGBT population, just about 6 or 7% of that population have hormonal problems. See, for example, obi wawa iwuna aidema or ye besiaso or has masculine features or ye benin or masculine features. Even with that, those who have that kind of hormonal problem, that does not translate into gayism or lesbianism or those things.
Doc, inti say no o patch say a hormonal deficit obi better say me feel me kwa na wo me mu no e ma me ye me nneoma te say oba. It doesn't necessarily categorize you as lesbian or gay.
No. It's the fact that obi wa feminine features does not mean or a gay or lesbian, or masculine features or a gay and a lesbian. It doesn't mean that way. Because even you see, there's this concept that people have been throwing it around that which is not okay. You know, Kojo Besia and Tom girls and stuff.
Yeah.
The fact that Obi a Kojo Besia does not mean or a gay. The fact that Obi wore feminine features does not mean or a gay. You see, so those even hormonal things does not automatically determine a person's sexual orientation. What it means, you see, there are a lot of Kojo Besias who are married, who are married to women.
Yes, I was going to ask you that. Do we have people who are married?
And that is a big mistake our people make. That the fact that Obi wore feminine features means or a gay. It doesn't mean that way. And again, you know, there have been all kinds of studies about the human brain to say that, oh, there are some homosexuals, there are some differences in their brain areas and stuff for visual processing and all that. But even that one does not automatically make anybody a gay. And again, too, if you have done scans and studies of a human brain, not say that there are some changes there. Can't we say it's a disease like any other disease?
And treat it.
Exactly. Because in the brain, there are all kinds of changes that can happen to a human being, and we classify all those changes as diseases. So why can't we classify those things also as diseases? So that is the biological arguments around that. So nobody was born that way. And again, too, when it comes to health, we also look at health to see whether they are born with or not born with. And the gay and lesbian lifestyle and the transgender lifestyle is not compatible with health, with good health, because every single health index even measure among that population is worse compared to the normal population, right? So if you look at a lot of the physical health issues, right, like anal cancers, it's about 20 to 40 times in the gay population than in the normal population. Okay. HIV, all new HIV cases, about 60 to 80% of all new HIV cases is found in that population. And HIV is high for 3 reasons. 1, anal sex increases HIV transmission about 4 times. Because see, the anal area is not an entry place, it's an exit.
Dof mamfantinimrem na o kan somewhere here pa mamfantin.
The issue you pass you look in area hona. The way Anyankopon aye hono, it's not for penetration, it's an exit. Into the more confronting Yamashisha, whether the person on any do another on benin anal area is not for sex. Into the more I think Yamashisha and Obinu that for hono, all that area is damaged. And at the bruising and all that, HIV transmission is very, very high in that area. Then again, to HIV transmission, there is something we call non-disclosure of HIV status. In this will be HIV, that's a partner, right? Among the LGBT population, they don't disclose. Disclosure is higher in the heterosexual population than the homosexual population. In the multiness will be AIDS or damn population now. On country, then they spread it around. Okay. Then the third thing about HIV, most of them have multiple sexual partners. In the multi there, say Obi unfaithfulness. Research has shown the unfaithfulness is really higher in the homosexual population than the general population. So all these factors increases HIV transmission in that population. Right, and STI, sexually transmitted infection. There's even a disease named after them called gay bowel syndrome. All the intestinal and GI problems are Then again, obesity side. What can mental health side? Yaman or DOS. Right, and particularly on mental health. Before the 1970s, it was classified as a mental illness.
Yeah.
Now, what friend there around the 1974 in US, some parts of the US, there was a huge protest, even amongst the mental health professionals. Such that because of that protest, it was declassified as a mental illness, not based on science, but based on protest. In America, there, a lot of the things, arguments around the LGBT things, it's all sentimental. Because the moment you put it side by side, you realize that there is no argument because that lifestyle is not compatible even with normal, health.
Thank you very much. Nti na doko pache say sentimental no bi na ebo na adwene mu aka. Yenya researchers say they are not situated in literature. You don't have scientific argument to back what you are saying. Doc, mimi sa ba kubi na umreninti memfa ema obabai. Nti sesesi wo consulting room na obi aba ho. Doc, me pa wo mi ege maware nanso so me pebe ma samo chen oba nanso so maware edien na mete moabe na obetimi ede ama me se wakoye o kristoni a wo san ye doctor edien na obeka kire sa oya no.
One thing is that you can't force anybody to change, right? You can't force anybody to change. And again too no say obi ba hospital based on what nipa krono open na yeye. Because as doctors, we don't force anything on anybody. And they say, Obiba, that's okay, though. This me haonya. Then based on our own medical practice, then we can determine what can be done for the person. So some people come with all kinds of problems. For example, again, they come with anal problems. What do? There's some surgical repair that has to be done. It will be done. Obiba,
anal problem. I did any anal problem. No.
Anal problem. Then look to what I say, because a lot of them, because wasn't Yamashe so one as okay. A woman need to win in our say the range is damaging top and the man says you a genan kowa or leak nazi. Okay. Into Obiba with such problems are near Abuan. Obiba or some mental health issues, depression, anxiety. Or suicidal, okay. Obiba na say or cancer and obesity issues are honestly So that one is dependent on the person, in the unique situation of the person. Then you can help the person.
Doc,
but like I said, yes.
Finally,
yes.
You are a Christian doctor. Advise us as Christians on the issue of LGBTQ in just 1 minute. 2 years for.
I would say that decision there are consequences for it. Now, out there, people were born that way and that. People can choose to do whatever they want to do. But we have to realize that whatever decisions that individuals warfan, no susandu. Now, the mususandu no. How impacrona brabo in any health. And that is why me as a medical doctor, I get involved. Because the LGBT lifestyle is not compatible with good health. And it's a young person that's a man or there be because life expectancy is even reduced by I think 15 years or so when you are in that population. And that is the advice that I'll give to the young people.
Can infantile okay last one
can life expectancy I'm all thinking there one quadrant no doctor. Okay. Because of the lifestyle itself.
It's not just a gay ni lesbian be wuntem achen nia wo ye pepepe.
And that is it. Because of all the health issues I am facing.
Doc, thank you so much. I know at the appropriate time we are going to have you in the studios. And one more Thank you so much. Dr. Nima. Dear friends, thank you for sticking and staying with us. Dr. Isaac Newman Atta Anienene Kasayeno. He is a medical doctor and a clinical psychologist. He is currently the acting director of UPSA Clinic. Osanso ye Methodist software ba. Ye papa penny bi wenya ni baby ko commander Okwata ne bana ye ni din komo no. Afa yemra studio se na ye metoa ye nkomo ne ye de. Openi bi aba be ka me ho. Openi pa abe kan e ho. Sa papa o hyase so okasa. Ubehu se neni abre se sa ensem yi a esi e pen pomasibre na mo menko justice so no wie ne letters no justice in just about 2 minutes we go to LG afi di aka no B no toaso in just 1 minute na yenko
the B no na e ka say bisexual oma na me ka say Ghana researcher here say most of gay form Ghana most of the time no me bisexual or your ba no ba da sanso ne be mada and so e be ma ne be mada sanso no ba da they said there na Dr. Nima can say sometimes no minim client bi a ono no de che say wa wo makra wie so still ano o mo bi fa ne to say bi sa ho na LGBT the teen the dos be ntimi nka ho asem na nka say ya ka say LGBT enye oba ne oba da ne be ma dan ko just as propaganda is in person. We can talk about transsexual, transgender, transaging, trans-species. What do you call this one? Trans-able. There's a dose baby. In fact, me check it tea. No, a while ago I'm to so another tea be cry or cry na cry. I didn't even know about it. Dose baby. Then now who share omunina out to me say. Most of now all of them are dreaming mo yare wom kakrapa. Then LGBTQ no and queer no na me can say queer is the bigger umbrella of the whole thing. Inti abra me say parliament almost say omo yi queer na free no ha me kakra. I don't know, maybe say lawyer be kan ho asam dia because minimo bi a Ghana ni a or wa America or baby see queer office e wo Ghana.
Nti queer for no money hwan.
Most probably.
Mamemfa lawyer mrep. Okay, akaba.
The kill. Then we have the questioning also. So like
kill no.
The question will be higher minimum client be about me hwa. O si ya na oni ni nua ni cousin da ho empaso and o de ne sane na me ho no ase person de ne be ma hye ne to enti oba me ho be busa me say I don't ye gay na because I'm not what China so no na sa de na e ban home from time to time on pair but or ye gay na so that's the questioning. Okay, then we have the P which is the pansexual. Pansexual basically I've said that a pansexual is somebody who sleeps with both animate and inanimate objects. That's on the baby. This pansexual funny. Then we have the A. The A is asexual. On only feeling be Nigeria for say body don't be firewood, but asexual say oh boy body become be firewood.
Okay.
Then the last one is the ally. The allies are they were free recently. Lawyer Sisi Akotapa ni team no. So they already yanka ho, but ye the ally, ye support. So say ube fa sabi e dia your be ma ho no wa we a. O dia we me ba me ta wa keep those are the allies.
Advocates,
yeah,
kind of.
Yes.
Anyway, Ashrafo, me can say openi bi abekan ho. Also ye busy na a sign ene uti eda ye so a ye say ye hwehwe we are looking at the LGBTQI++ and matters arising in Ghana. Me nua pani method is sofu pani ba de bia wo introduce no one fan kan ho a lawyer fo amweni lawyer akwaba Agrava. Ashrafo no asusu na the host of Agro on the show. Na nze ne de wa share echemienu, eche na no kura no. Or the LGBT discussion bro we pay or the Agro bebre enti mamu nko ba bia. Lawyer akwaba. Ma menkenka ade bi nkyerɛ na ema memuaye. Lawyer is or your lawyer or a legal practitioner. Tie or say the Ghana Catholic Bishops Conference has said that while it is not right to criminalize homosexuals just for being homosexuals, the state is within its right to criminalize the acts of homosexuals in the interest of the nation. Lawyer, Esidene.
Oh, you can mamenda wasi na station ha and the Methodist way yaza ye.
That's right.
There, yeah, see Wesleyan television. Then kakanga kra na sisa yehu na oyam do there. Sonation jumezi waba tofum. Na ended the presiding bakan yama fefe. Nti mada una utim nyasi na yen director. Mabe osum kitikiti odama by force. It's a director ichio. Baby yepede Wesleyan TV, WTV okono. Obokwa kudru homo. In fact, I have a lot of great news for the team. And you pay wareshe. Na mosi ndano. O ye mahana papa mankana mobwa. Topic is we choose no. Only LGBT seminar. As some way do woman there. Ye share yen coalition yasi kuba tana. Yedi pede sidame subani nyano. Ye gana hankuti. We are doing nara. Yezi 10 years.
Wow.
In fact, next week, Monday, 18th, or your anniversary.
And your lawyer be host tomorrow show you so.
oh ntina me say yame no the be on there by force
Okay.
yame no why na adwuma na chinapo an anniversary lecture dedicated to students at the Trinity Theological Seminary Chapel. In fact, you pen live manager Bakasa Dr. Sedu Nobama lecture on the historical, cultural, sociological perspectives of the LGBT phenomenon. Next week, Friday, Monday, you be a press conference, press forum. Na match de maramin mayanko na munia shrash one boss. We issue statement be there. There are certain aspects of the bill which are not good.
Okay.
But at that conference, press conference, you bet you why shrash payment to them. Or then just say you Ghana fu may tum de oyata papa no. Instead of advocating here and view of human rights, why it is happening that way. Now, Thanksgiving. It's a matter in the beginning. It's been wonderful. You question now. What's in Bissano? Let me try and answer. And Catholic Bishops Conference, Mamenda won't be in former president or Archbishop Name or Kanyana Papa Billy Yerkono, can present. I'm a speaker, knows him. Instead of my Sam George and Wilfu there, Cardinal Texan or appear to Canon Sama or this statement we issue it is in response to Cardinal Texan and Sembia or Kakakan.
Okay.
Now Cardinal Pia Texan and Sembi for example, also the Onida Brofono what's the condition show one agreement women in ska some man G LGBT and Tuma Yemuska the margin also on yards papa. No, there what force was it shank kitty the engine to no so ojis down yards papa. Then somebody be okay. Oh no, mo find it difficult. Crane there. Oh, we be saying the LGBT club class should they be criminalized? Also, they are not criminals. What crime have they committed? In any case, before you have a crime, there must be an offense. No, in a Catholic Bishop Conference, we issue statement.
Okay.
Say Bruma, a party, no ya crime. Crime ye, aza, sebio, money nara. Yejitum de e or yaza yempia. It might be possible to all of you, but yes, yempia. And we say in criminal jurisprudence that crime is against the state. Or money nara. Instead say what Bokwe was Oracle quarter was a republic versus so. The Ghana money nara na ya sama ye did so. Okay. Revolution time of a people versus Chebaka. What was people? It's a republic.
That's right.
Inti what can it be a crime or your bona? Yeah, the Bible mubono, but all the money nara yempia or yambrano or yaza yempia. Na yakada yempia ni atilfo. Na azukura yes yempia na yatro. In the noon soon so brings sanctions of aza
lawyer we me ntwa no be me say ye be pese ye be hwe wakasemu no kakra ama won ye be hwe enti justice ubeto aso efi baby a na lawyer
I am just so ready to listen to lawyer about that area. Yeah, when it comes to the Catholic Bishop Conference, that lawyer can, from day one, they've been real with us. In fact, some of our very major meetings and everything, yeah, they have been with us. You know,
because Mekai a year of said na lawyer ka odi nneom anim ye hu ne TV so tie nyina ye nwanwa kakra
I want to release my boss to fire.
Me Jesus there sisha kasa no oyedwuma. Okay, good. Inti mana American ye there se wakada bona oyaza mani na yes yempia na se yakada yempia na ya atro we define na okada an offense inti adekra ya yes yempia no na ya atro inti se bi obafa beyin bafa ne nua beyin wo nutu yes yempia nutru mu
lawyers say where did you go one boss higher WTV
no much them why other ya kan ye o san de LGBT for no propaganda nko no wazenam na se woka LGBT one wey ndo ya ajepopo inti wo hyede no wakata do na dama campaign strategy no beyin bi a wo friend Paul Rondo or ye marketing consultant ozi marketing ye wo nyimzi kakra ona o ka che won de sebi azaye de beyin be fe beyin ne woni nutu onye papa ne besia so ne nsaba hyehyɛ ne yanko besi onye nti sɛ mo pɛda America fo wagituma no mo nkata do ehu mo ndura no ho sɛ ma sɛ bio adze onye ɔbɔn na eduro na di perfume ɛdza afafa ho aha nti no ndura ho no na was civil rights political rights human rights discriminate nti it's the LGBT biara also our human rights our civil obwa oya diversity tactics oya nada o send o yim de adinala oriye no so ogbu ehu me ye hu a bia bagara he's on your cry nti no ya ye kirekire mu no nti amanfo na ahwefo oya won fa nchen nti no turu mu ehu bia bebi a oya na me bi se question bi hwe mpocho nsu no osi hen yime a bi so sisi hen ncheni ebotu me hu nsu egu hwinim dabi obi say it started there it is so good ahwe asem besi studio obaba maudo bibi yo nti say ekere obi otum fane yanko wo na ekira na onye ade papa nti ono no na ye botro wo mbrem de damaze ya yempe edi besia de won say hye na ase na se bi no ho ba ono so onye ade yepe na ehwe yema na wo ye ni nara so for describe bi pansexual oye bati otumenyi atasefo onye wanda na aja won taseso onye wanda etefu na ahwefo mopomcho
nti otumi ene sebio efunu
yes oya ja wo ye mama da ofa pano na we gbuem na ozini beyin osahiem na we gbu no mu dama na we gya no we gu pano no mu wa jire oye no bata damati na wo ye hwe ye wo video say ye beyi obi areso etefu na ho a wo hwe ma hu da moresro but dam na ɔte dam subani ina wa katado nti ye pe cardinal appear text ncho na yizi mara dam yeme na ye pe da ye chro na ye kade on yada ye pe that is the offense na ye akade say ya no sunsun aduyi on yi the sanctions say kebom na say a publicize imobia tsenka on yi crime according to the Ghana Article 19 of Ghana for Young Constitution on a crime. So for paying what is crime? That is the behavior that the whole state abhors. Or yaza yempe. Kwesi bro opocho eko uze to kwapi botuma akwa wore bia na ebasa wo UK botuma ye dabi wonso oye aza wuchi oye wechi wazi nti wa atro wo mbrem de polygamy no oye aza wo pe in fact Ghana po why in such a way they say war asora war ana monogamous marriage na kafa obi kwa oye bigamy it's an offense under the Ghanaian law now nti oye there okay oye hwe nti yempe de ye ni bibiara na oye no kwaso de na doctor wa chirem there is a difference between obia or tendency because of hormonal problems and our social problems and now we are actively involved na moye do me the embrana our parliament ye ho discussion wa chirem wom e ma me nti kiu na wo kere we ye fi onye queer or your questioning ono na wo pede what say obi or question it you cannot criminalize his thoughts
and so on TB bi ase no
be on na allies but yakada one we are not criminal except you support it actively it is sikashem and we brought tell mo ho the one be mo wo bre wo ye and na tire ma yidimara ahwefo American ambassador mo oriye another ma Australian ambassador British High Commissioner wokogbe a whole place the one gets in was go was discover him the one fine place in my LGBT. The matter is say no you are actively engaging in activities to support a crime. You are aiding and abetting. You can't or inchoate crime. Or Arabua Mazano, why ye into Mankade wasn't count into your media house. No so supporter. And no so umbrana kade into my yet you cannot broadcast any material or support anything of that nature.
Ochina ye beje brepa na ya hwese emwa bi wo ho ye wi a ye behwe de emra na ka ene emwa because say minim sem wo NGO a mode eboa na ye eboa obi ba no okaso opemu a ansa na yɛbɛba segment obi kra frɛ yɛ so onim nkrɔfo mienu bi omo asɔre mu a omo pɛmwa
Good.
enti ɔkyena ɛbɛgye mmerɛ ne ebise mmoa ne mmoa bɛn ɛnfa na yɛnkɔ obi so okodwo besia obi so ɔyɛ tomboy ɔwɔ university ɔnyɛ deɛn
Good.
but ansa na yɛbɛhwɛ ɛno no ɔkyena no maybe sa question minim sɛ ɔsɔfo justice so ɔbɛpɛ sɛ yɛwɔ homosexuals wɔ Ghana na yɛwɔ lesbians wɔ Ghana na yɛnhu ɔmo mo wɔ yi
Oh, yɛwɔ pii.
Yɛwɔ bi.
Na mamende doctor. Apioku. Na ware sihe mempede mimde oya pede edu husuma. Collation no ye hospital kese a ye holistic sexual therapy system. En kwezi broyin adekra oya manfo bisem de lawyer never ntine wenwu abiri o send them mempede broyin odwinde de biara na kuti no wonyansa ehu yeyin ko school na yeyin won yan na e kire
ade bi o kai di omo first
America oh de bia da ya me e kire wan
that's right
nti nda no wontu mbakare wonyimyansa sen he nti na wadwinde yentum yamfam boa wo da matibie mu no wo no no wadwinde ntumi but yeah on the 6th of March 2020 in ye open a big hospital you know manche baby owo osande ye pede yedisi and wo da nye ho a wo ye da mazi na no wo pede what obi ate ho ka nti ono eba ye bobo na ye wa for professors p psychology psychiatry endocrinology in one wo hwe nkwambwa hormones wo be na besie no mu a so okochewa se ma na Dr. New Marocano ye botu ya aboa na ye wo counselors wo a wotu adwenu mu otufo na ye wa sofo so a wo bompe sofo otia o bompe pa
breaky demons
oh yes I know they trust him okay. If last week na ye was central region ye adwuma pi wo mo it's on ni na ye za bom fivefold ye ma no na ye za bom ya hospital kese na na be said ye wo homosexual oh pi waba in fact ye treat pi nti say e woda matibie no mu na hia mboa bra ye beja number na afre efra mopojo emimen fufu ya mesi inhumen in fact me yim obia the system is so neutral there emimem bomu kra na you treat lawyer for you treat doctor for you treat professors you treat net you treat yipepi ma we fida matibie no na menua mama nka asem bia oyo yimebufu no oyo meyo enwo a wo hia mbo no se wakada wor bopa kwesi broyin abrochi sisare wo friend conversion therapy obi a ohia mbo no wo so dabi da mbo no we won't give it to you no owe be the margin no you are infringing on the rights of the person. How can this be possible? Obi a sebisobio we raping when she was, let's say, 9 years na we na wakato lesbian fumu na we with ati onya ati papa mempie me yamboa. Some of the countries in Europe will pass a law there say in here you can't get that help. The man say me, what's human right? Human right? How is this human rights? Nature or ya pa we sin po mo bon samete chi de the mazi mupio yes basha monko but yansu ye methodist fu ye west fu ya yankopon wa sunsun konkon wa hye ne me yansu ye ka cha made yansu ye ntie mo mbaro. It's Ghana for is in Yansa, is in Muzi, Yabo treatment. I know. So, a young boy, there was Nigeria, was a little Sayana. If you're watching us everywhere in West Africa or around the world, if you need help, you can come and we'll give you that help.
Okay, thank you very much. Viewers, tomorrow are going to make some quality time and delve into what this whole therapy thing is about. Ochinebe to yebuase na ya chirechirem. Osofo doctor ne kra eyende ede na wo kana fe ye de enenkomodie na ba wi
yeah but the person me kind of told a lawyer then say yes so most of the time you know people think you say we are fighting homosexuals, we hate them and things like that. Even our motto actually is even exactly the opposite of that. We win with the love and care of God. That's all we do. And he said, Mekai said some of the clients in Omuba Now, the way you know, mudin common you know, sometimes they are surprised. Hey, and the collation with Sana Motier. Say, now I say, why? He said, because we thought somebody, and we really see to that we are taking care of them. And Tomoba, na ye bomu, na, I'm out for Adjune Ubusa question, me say, so, Biwaha. There's one distant, lawyer Nipa Bako. I don't know if you are a camera can I'm Manuel. And when I went to Philippines recently, I met him. And now,
okay, or China, the Bema, a normal project, yeah, man.
The coalition need the Bagana, and Bruni at Dene Bagana, the Filipino ni. This guy used to come to my church with earring, lipstick, mochas, or running for beauty contest. Bemo, need the enemy is so strong, we say. Or no any testimony or can the Ghana Hammer man for tea, or the Enkatia I am Ian the Bema who not the Kama Chichimano. That's how far he went. But Menenishia just 3 weeks ago, Ewa Broche, he is going to Canada and US to go and preach. The Lord is being using him powerfully.
Wow.
A warrior, wow. Yeah, just say, I want to say, there is hope,
okay,
and people can change.
Okay.
We don't believe what the white people are saying. I mean, you reach the end of the road, no, in any
okay. So for no one, me baby says into hope or Doc, what's not call yourself for your China bar? Maybe say, whom be techly, but the Yamrin into the base here. After for said ye yasha see ye be shwemu kosi na wie ye. Esi enyen enkrase ni enya hunumu ye de rade asese odi abedu samre eye minua Justice Apiakubi doctor our senior lecturer at Dominion University College and Miami bra penny lawyer for amwani no aso so ne host to agro oka agro a o se wa so de eja mi fi hape ono na oba no de agro abre oni agofuma ede abremu me pacho eye dwumadie yi ekuku da miensa ana aso ya sene enra na me ka kire se kwanchen ana akwache ade be fa ye dizika ne ye de eyo enti eye Methodist University Ghana ana o maso ya sene afi almost start omo January admission to omo hase de first degree certificates ne professional courses kra diplomas ewo ho afi second degree eye masters ana o PhD kra obetimi enya Methodist University afi downwall insurance onso ombebo ho ban atore ncham bi towa ombebo ho ban oja hihie o akwanhie o ombebo ho ban okohu omo a omo no obedi kasobomu afi ne kwakwa multi credit Christmas na ebe you edwadifuo pesika e de ahye omunwuma mu afi soso yesoso aye bojwa kakra ne ape bibi ato akokọ yesoso ye hia loan multi credit for ebeboa o yedamase se enesoso money yen anwen wo dwumadie so stick and stay agro wa so de ja is coming your way. Thank you very much.